Hello, welcome to the Good Steward Template, your own personal accountant in a spreadsheet. So you see, this powerful tool was designed for small business owners who want to manage their money like a true steward, with clarity, with structure, and with ease. If you have ever felt overwhelmed trying to separate personal and business finances, or you're unsure if you're truly making profit, this template would help you track, organize, and review your finances like a pro every single month. So if you have multiple arms in your business, you can use one template for each business instead of putting things together so you don't mix it up. And if you have multiple locations that you handle and you don't want to mix up the finances, you can use a separate one for each of the businesses just to avoid any mix up. Okay. You want to go ahead and make a copy, and it's going to bring you to the Good Steward template. Have in mind that there are different parts of this template, and I'm going to be guiding you on how you need to work on each part of it. Okay, so step one is the summary part of the template. When you get here, one of the first things you want to do is to change the template name, rename it to your business name. So I'm going to be naming this Tola Beauty Empire. And you also want to put the financial year. So this is 2026, Tola Beauty Empire 2026. Okay, then you also want to come here and replace this section with your business name. Okay, this section is going to give you an overview of how your business is doing. It's going to show you what you made each month, what you spent each month, your true profit, which is your net profit, and your best-selling product. It's also going to show you what you have made for the year at different points. When you've worked January, February, March, it's going to show you what you have made in the 3 months of using it actively. So you want to consistently keep your records so you can really see how your business is doing. You can see when you are profitable, you can see when you are not profitable, you can see when you need to put in more work early. Okay, then you want to go further to the set your monthly income goal. You want to come here and set your monthly income goal. So Tola has a goal to make 5 million naira in her business monthly. Why setting a goal for your business is important is this: if you don't have a plan, it's basically you're planning to fail. So whatever comes into the month, you take it like that. But when you have a plan, you go further to develop a strategy on how you would achieve that plan, on how you would achieve that goal. So it is important that you have a goal for each month. What do you want to make? What do you want to make for the year? You can break it down into smaller bits, into months, even down to weeks, so you know what you are out to get from the market. Okay, so after this, you don't need to fill in any other information here. This page is just for overview. It is just to see what is going on. So after filling your name and your goal, you don't have to fill up any other thing on this page. You can only just come here to check out what is happening, to get an overview of your business. Then we're going to go into the next part, which is the inventory tracker. Now, let me explain to you how inventory management works. What is inventory? It is basically the stock that you have in your business. It is what you have available for sale, the goods you have in your business. And inventory management is so important because it can help you to be aware of the products you have in stock so that you don't sell what you know you cannot restock. It can also help you to protect your business from people who steal, because let me say, for example, Tola has bob wigs. I can say 8 inches bob wigs, bob wig 8 inches, and this bob wig is going for 200,000 naira, and the current quantity for this bob wig is let me say Tola has 14 pieces of the bob wig, and the unit costs, one of the bob wigs would cost, let me say, 150,000 naira. So you see that the stock remaining is 14, and there is stock because Tola has not sold any of the bob wigs yet. So this is how inventory management can help you keep away thieves from your business. If Tola should sell 4 pieces or 5 pieces and it's recorded in the income tracking area of this template that 5 pieces have been sold, or 4, let's use 4 pieces, 4 pieces have been sold, it's going to show you here that you have, or Tola has, 10 pieces remaining. So if Tola should go to her store and she counts the amount of 8 inches bob wig that is available and it is not up to 10, Tola would be able to identify that someone has stolen her bob wig, and whoever she held responsible to handle the resources, to handle the inventory, that person can now be held responsible for the missing bob wig. So this is how you can use inventory management to protect your business. Okay, so you want to go ahead and just write down everything you have in stock. Okay, so let me say Tola also sells ready-to-wear pieces in her office, and she has boo-boo gowns. So you can now begin to put the unit price that you have for all these products. That's how much do you want to sell it to your customer. Okay, what's the price of the product? Let's say Lola design costs 75,000 naira. Know that there are some services that you can render over and over and over and over and over again, and it's not going to take anything out of you. You don't have stock for it. It's not going to be like let me say the 30 inches bone straight, where when you take 1 out of 5 there will be 4 remaining. It's not like that. For those kind of services, you want to put unlimited. Enter. Please do not add space after it, just unlimited and enter. Okay, so it's going to be recorded that that stock is unlimited. There is no quantity available for it. You can do it over and over again. So let's say for the 28 inches bone straight, she has 5 pieces, and for this one she has 8 pieces. The emerald 2-piece, she has 10 pieces. The boo-boo gown in Lola design, she has 3 pieces, or let's do 5 pieces. Okay, now how much did it cost her to create the boo-boo gown in Lola design? You have to write it down. How much would it cost you to make that product? How much would it cost you to render that service? So if you're rendering a service, you want to look at all your direct costs that you can easily attach to your product. So if you're doing a wig, you say the wig cap. If you're going to pay the wig maker a commission, you say the wig maker's commission plus the wig cap. You understand that kind of thing? You want to put it that way. You only want to put costs that you can measure as your cost of product or cost of service. Okay, so when you're done with this area, you want to move over to budgets. Now I want you to look at your business. If you have records you have been keeping already, then it will greatly help you at this point. Okay, so you want to create a budget, a monthly budget. So for your rent, how much do you spend monthly? If you are paying your rent annually, you want to divide your rent into the 12 months of the year to know what your monthly rent really is, so you can even start keeping aside that money to gather it towards the next time you would pay rent for your business. Okay, so monthly rent, let's say Tola's rent is 50,000 naira monthly. That's what she pays. And let's say every month she plans to sell goods worth 3 million naira. So this is how you want to go over your business. Look at all the different expenses and check it. How much do you usually spend monthly? You look at your fuel or petrol, your electricity bill. How much do you usually spend monthly? You want to write it down, okay? So that way you know what you need to make monthly to even cover your expenses. This is how you want to go over each and every one of the expenses and record it. How much do you spend monthly? How much do you want to keep aside monthly? When you are done recording all of these expenses, you want to just copy it, okay? You can copy your budget and you want to go ahead and paste. So if you're using your laptop, Ctrl+C to copy and Ctrl+V to paste, okay? So you can paste it for every other month since you're repeating the same thing. You have the same budget for each of the months. And if anything should change, you now know that you can adjust your budget. So now when you're done with that, let me show you how you can record income. When a customer pays you, and you want to ensure that your finances are organized, one of the first things you want to do is to record, okay? Let me say a customer named Myra came to patronize my business or Tola's business. Our email is myra@gmail.com. The date of the order. When did she place this order? Let's say she placed the order today, and let's say she also paid today. If you are selling products in your business, you don't need to worry about due dates, because as the person is paying, you can even deliver it to them that same day. Even some services, you can also deliver it to them that same day. But in a case whereby you are rendering a service that involves manufacturing, where you need time to process that order, you need to work on it to make sure that the order is ready for your customer. You want to now record the due dates that you promised the customer. Let's say, for example, you promised the customer that she will get her item on the 27th of February. So the Good Steward is going to let you know that you have 7 days left to her due date that you promised her, okay? Let me say the due date is 26. It will also tell you that you have 6 days left, and every day the days will reduce, just to let you know that you have work that is due soon and to help you know what to prioritize in your business, okay? So you want to go ahead and also record the invoice number. If you have gone through the Good Steward course, you would understand that invoice numbers are so important. Have you ever used a delivery company before? You will notice that they always give you a tracking number. As a business owner, I would say the invoice number works the same way as the tracking number. It would help you to really understand what's going on with each customer. That is what you will send to your customer, so that the customer can also see what is going on and confirm that that is really the order that they have placed with you, okay? So the invoice number works in so many ways. It is so important, it is so beneficial to every business to have this invoice number. Imagine you have 1,000 customers. The only way you can manage 1,000 people without mixing their orders up, without mixing them up, is through the invoice system, where you can give them a number and you can tell them if they want to ask for their goods, they can just say my invoice number is this. Or if they are sending someone to your office to pick up the item, they can say their invoice number is, let me say for example, 1101. So when the person comes to the office and asks, oh, I'm here to pick up a package for 1101, that kind of thing, and call the person's name, you can now go and check your system and you know 1101, okay, you pick up the package. If you start setting up systems like this, when your business grows, it would not be difficult for you to have peace. I've seen so many people where, because they don't have the invoice managing system, the business grows and they make so many sales, they don't even know who placed orders, they don't even know what is going on in their business, and I really do not want that to happen to you, okay? That is the reason why I'm taking my time to explain everything like this. The next thing you want to do is your order. Let me say this customer places an order for bob wigs. She orders for boo boo gown, and she also orders for emerald two-piece. Can you see how it's going? So you don't have to bother writing the customer's name over and over and over again. It is really not necessary. You can just write their name once, and you know that, okay, everything on this line 1, 2, 3 belongs to Myra. Okay, so now let's say the quantity. You always want to record your quantity so that it can bring out all the other information for you. Okay, so let's say for the bob wig, she ordered for 3 bob wigs, one for herself, her sister, and her mom. And the boo boo gown, she ordered for 1 piece. The emerald 2-piece, she ordered for 2 pieces. Okay, she bought for her sister as well. Did you offer the customer a discount? If you offer your customer any discount, you want to write down the amount you gave them as discount. Okay, and then you want to now record how much did the customer pay you. Of course, the customer is going to pay you the money together. She would not say, okay, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for this one, but you now need to calculate. Let me say, for example, the customer pays you 600,000. You can just come here and say, okay, this 590 is cleared. You can now say 10,000 has been paid for this one. So you now know that, oh, when you select her balance together like this, you can see that the bottom of your system right here that the customer is still owing you 225,000. You'll be able to see it from right here. Okay, and you can just select the payment method. She paid through bank transfer. Now, does this customer have a delivery fee for her product? If yes, you want to record it. That delivery fee, are you the one paying for the delivery fee, or the customer will pay for her delivery fee? Because if you record that a customer has delivery fee and the customer did not pay for the delivery fee, it's going to come here under delivery of goods or service. That means you paid for it. Okay, so if you want to be sure that you're not the one that is paying, and you don't want to go and start making your calculations based on you paid for something that you did not actually pay for, you want to tick here that the customer paid you for her delivery, and you see that it is not going to be added under expenses for delivery of goods and services. You did not pay for it. Okay, this is how you want to record your customers' orders. And when you deliver any of their package, you can just tick it here that you have delivered the customer's package. Let me do another example. Okay, so we're not going to add any due dates because the customer paid for an item that is already available. Let me say the customer's invoice number is this, and she just wanted to get 30 inches bone straight and 28 inches bone straight. So she got the 30 inches bone straight in 1 bundle, and she bought the 28 inches bone straight in 2 bundles. Okay, did you give any discount for this order? If you gave a discount, you record. If you did not give a discount, you record. And the customer has paid her money. Let me say she paid completely. Okay, good. How did she make her payments? You can record that she made her payment through bank transfer, or let's say POS. Does she have a delivery fee? Yes, she does, and she paid for her delivery fee. Now, let me show you how some of these other features work. Whenever you select that a customer has delivered her package, the days remaining, the days left here, it stops showing anything for that customer. Okay, but if you don't have this area ticked that you have delivered the customer's order, let me say you don't tick here, it's going to tell you that you have 7 days left to the customer's order. Okay, if you did not tick that you have delivered that order, it's going to still show you have 7 days left. So whenever you're done with any customer's order, you can just select delivered. Okay, so it's going to stop showing you still have days pending. Let me show you how it is when you pass a customer's due dates. because that happens, or that can happen. Let's say you pass a customer's due date, and let me say their due date is supposed to be on the 20th, for example. You see, today is the due date, so it will tell you it is due today. Let me say the due date was 18th. It will tell you overdue by 2 days, just so that you are aware that you have passed the deadline or the date that you promised this customer, and you can prioritize better. Okay, but let's say you now finish the order, you can just come here and select delivered. Okay, let's say a customer places an order, and while you're in the middle of it, the customer says they don't want it anymore and they demand for a refund, or they cancel their order. Just come here and select refund, and it is going to cancel the total transaction. Okay, come here and do this, and it's going to cancel it out. Okay, this is how you can cancel orders for your clients. Also, this is where you can select your currency. Okay, so now let's say that the customer says they don't want a refund anymore. You can come here and select active. You can see how the figures changed. You can see the paid section is showing 870,000. Let's do cancelled. You see, it's no longer 870. It's showing that your money has been reduced. Okay, so this is how it works now. So you can come here and select active for those cancelled orders, because I do not wish you refunds this year. I wish you orders that will move successfully. Okay, let's go to the expense area of this spreadsheet. So now the expense area collects your cost of goods. It would come here and check what is the cost of the goods or the services that you are rendered for the month. Okay, and it will put all of that, so you don't have to record that. You can just come and record the date. Let me say, for example, 27th of the month. You're going to pay salary. You come here, let me say this is manager's salary. For it, whatever you buy, make sure to record. Let me say on the 4th, I bought fuel, and I bought 30,000 naira for example. You record it, so you can see that this expense area has the debit and the credit. This is because even in expenses, money moves. So you, as the business owner, it is possible that you left money in an account for expenses, or you gave someone money to handle expenses for your business. You can simply do this. Okay, so you want to quickly just select the date you gave them the money. Whenever it is a credit transaction, don't select what it is for. Just put it here. For example, you say you gave or put in expense account. So you are crediting an account for expenses. So you can just come here and put, okay, 100,000 naira was credited to the expense account. So later on, you can now begin to drop a breakdown of how this 100K is spent. Okay, you can do that. But whenever you credit an account that is going to end up working for expenses, you want to record it in this credit section and do not select anything. You only select when you know that it is going to be an expense. So like airtime and data, you're going to pay for that. Let me say 20,000 naira. Okay, just like that. I actually love to record according to date. So whenever I spend, I just record. You can adopt the same system so that your expenses are going to even look very organized according to dates. Okay, so you can do that. This is how to record expenses. You can see currently the expenses are at 1.3 million naira, and 100,000 naira has been kept aside for expenses with no records of how it was spent yet. Okay, all right. Why, as a business owner, it is very important that you don't just focus on what came into your business. You also want to focus on what went out. What did you spend? How much did it cost you to make that money that you have made in your business? It is very, very important that you always get your net profit at the end of each month. And the Good Steward template is going to help you do that easily, because right now you can just see effortlessly that this is your net profit for the month, 60k. And you see, this is why many people work and they are wondering where their money is going to, because they're not really looking at their expenses. Okay, so let's just say, for example, God willing, Tola makes another sale. This person decides to order for bob wigs, and she orders for, let me say, 5 pieces. Let's just do this to boost sale. Okay, so we can see what it's like. So whenever a customer places an order in your business and they have not paid you for it, have in mind that you have not made revenue for that order. And if you go and use your money to start that order, there's a very high chance that you might end up in deficit. You can see like what is happening here. The business is at loss currently of 690,000 naira, hence the bracket. Okay, that means the business is at loss because this order has not been paid for. So this system is going to be calculating based on what you have been paid, not based on what you are expecting to be paid, but what you have actually been paid. Okay, so let's go further to say that this lady actually paid the money. She paid the 1 million naira, and she made her payments through bank transfer. This order has also been, the customer also paid for a delivery of, let me say the delivery is 10,000, and the package has been delivered. Okay, so you can now come here and see that the total income is 2.370. Total expenses is this, and you can see that the net profit has increased. So this is how it works. The next section is the profit sharing. This is how do you want your money to be shared in your business. If you are using the percentage system, then this is going to work very fine for you. But in a case whereby you don't want to be paid using the percentage of profit system, you can use a salary method. You can say that you want to get a salary at the end of each month. It's really up to you. And if you choose to go with a salary, you just record the amount you want to be paid as salary, and you can come here and remove your salary. Okay, if you don't want to be paid using the percentage system. Now have in mind that everything that is written down here can be tweaked to your priorities. It is not a must that you follow this system the exact way it is. You can tweak it. Someone can say they don't want to pay tithe 10%, they want to pay tithe 20%. You can tweak it. You know the importance of paying your tithe, paying your tax, so that in the eyes of the government you are okay. Your business, keeping money aside for your business, saving for your business, so that you have money for growth, you have money for emergency. It is very important that you keep this one. Even your salary, if you're paying yourself, I always advise everything that concerns yourself can be around 40%. Keep at least 20% for you to spend now. But then it will be very horrible that you make money and you don't keep a portion of the money aside. Okay, no matter how small, it is the consistency over time that really counts. So consistently keep 10% aside, and you will feel so good knowing that you did not spend all the money that you made. You actually kept a portion aside. So save, and when you're saving, I always advise save with a purpose. Don't just save randomly. Save with a clear purpose in mind. And your investment, have in mind that you're not going to have the energy to work as hard as you're working now forever. So you want to ensure that you are keeping money aside somewhere so that the money can grow. Don't keep money in a place where it will be stagnant. The money will depreciate in value. It's not going to do anything tangible. Don't put money in a dead sea. Put money in a place that there is inflow, outflow. Put money in a place where it can grow. If you put a seed in the wrong environment, it can never grow. So you want to make investments, and in this profit allocator area, whenever you take out any money, you can record it. Let's say you pay your tax, you can record it. Let's say you take out some money for your business, you didn't take out everything, you took out 30K, you can record it, and it's going to let you know that you still have funds waiting for the business. Don't leave it hanging, okay? Say for your business growth savings, you took more than you're supposed to take. Let me drop that example. It's going to tell you, whoops, you have exceeded the budget for your business growth savings. Please adjust, okay? So even down to your salary, if you take more than you're supposed to take, it will give you a warning that you have gone above, so you know how to make adjustments, okay? So this is how it works. This is exactly how it works. Let's say your salary, you just collect the right amount, you didn't take above and beyond. Now, because of this 3-5 you took somewhere, you see that you will not have enough money to cover everything, okay? So you can just come here and record whatever you take. Now, have in mind that this percentage system, like I said earlier, you can tweak it. You can say you don't want to have savings, you only want to invest your money. You can say that, and that's okay. You come here and you put 20% for your investments. Or you can say 30% for your salary, 10% for your investment. I just want you to know that you can share the money according to how you are comfortable, what you know will be good for you, but always keep anything personal within that 40% limit. And in that 40%, please, your personal investment and saving should also come from there, okay? If you want to go backward, you tap on this undo to undo whatever you have done. This is really how the system works. So up here there is a goal tracker. So this is going to be tracking the income goal that you set here to make 5 million or whatever amount, and it's going to show you how much progress you have made to that goal. This 30 inches, she sells 8 pieces, and then the bob wig, she sells 15 pieces. This goal tracker is tracking your goal based on what you have actually been paid, okay? Not what a customer ordered and did not pay you for. So record all your payments always. So let's say the customer paid complete. You see that the goal we've gotten closer to achieving the goal. So this way you can be more accountable to the plans that you have set for your business, okay? Okay. You see, goal crushed, you are amazing. So this is exactly how the Good Steward Template version 2.0 works. My goal with this template was to speak to you, to have communications like this, to encourage you, let you know how you are actually doing, let you know how your money is going, how you are spending your money. I wanted it to be more personal, and that is why I added some of these new features to make it even better and to serve you. So you can see what the overview is looking like, what the summary page is looking like. It's showing that Tola made 6.2 million naira income, and she spent 5,030,000 naira with a net profit of 1.2 million. Do you see why it's so important to know your net profit? Because it's possible that you see so much money entering your bank account, but then you're wondering, where is all the money going into? You can see expenses, but then you need to be able to identify what did the money really go into, okay? So this is really how it works. You can see the monthly income goal, the progress. She crushed her goal, surpassed her goal in terms of income, okay? Please let me know if you have any questions. And if you enjoy using this template, you see how it is serving you well, it is giving you clarity, it is making your business easy for you to understand what is going on with your finances, then I would really love for you to give me a review. Even though it is not serving you well and you would like some extra features to make it more customized to your taste, anything you want to let me know, please tap here to leave a review for me. I would really appreciate this review. These are all the different services offered in the Good Steward, so you can just select which one did you enjoy, which is the Good Steward template. Please click on that link to drop a review to help me serve you and other people better. So this is how it works. I wish you all the success, and I hope that you would enjoy the Good Steward template and have a very, very organized year. Bye. Welcome, stewards, to the new version of the Good Steward template. This new version was created to serve you better. This new version was created to make sure you have a more seamless experience, to make it feel like you have an actual guide that is holding your hands and helping you organize your business finances. And I'm going to be showing you how you can switch from the previous version of the Good Steward template to this new version. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to have the old version in one tab, and you want to have the new version in another tab. Feel free to rename it to your business name. I'm going to change this to Tola Beauty Empire. Tola Beauty Empire. I'm just going to add the 2.0 so I don't mix them up yet. Okay. So what you want to do next is to open the previous version of the Good Steward template that you have. You don't need to copy anything on the summary page. You want to go straight to the inventory tracker, and you want to select all your information and stop here. You don't want to get to stock sold. Don't worry about that. Just stop here exactly. Okay. And you're going to copy. This whole process is going to take less than 10 minutes. So you want to just go to the new one. You're going to paste. You're going to paste special and paste values only. You can only do this paste values only when you're using a system. If you're not using your system, you just have to paste it like that. Okay. And this is what it's going to be like. And then you go to budgets on the previous one. You just want to copy all the budgets that you have recorded, your monthly budget. You want to copy only your planned monthly budgets and stop at bank charges. Okay, you don't have to copy the calculation at the bottom. So Control C is for copy, Control V is for paste, but we're not going to do Control V because if we just paste direct, we're going to paste the color as well. Let me do it and show you. Control V. Okay, Control V. Can you see? Pasted the color, and we don't want that, and that's the reason why I said you want to go to paste special and paste the values only. Paste the values only. You can come here, paste special, paste special, paste the values only. You just keep doing that. You can also go ahead to copy one of them. Control C. If this is always going to be your budget for every month, you can go ahead and paste it for every month. Okay. With this new template, anywhere you see with a dark gray color, that means do not input any information there except you want to change something, but you don't have to input any information there. It's going to take the information automatically. That's basically what it means. Okay, so we're done with budgets. We can stop here. You can also take it all the way to December if this is what your planned budget for the year is going to be like consistently. So now let's go to January. So you come to the previous, the Good Steward template, you go to January also, and you want to copy from client's name. You want to copy from client's name and email. Just stop right here. Control C to copy. Remember, you want to paste special if you don't want to paste the colors. So you do paste special, values only. Okay, just like that, we have the information. Then you want to go to this side and select the dates. So you're selecting date of payment, due date. You don't have to copy days remaining, so just date of payment and due date. Control C to copy. So you come here, date of payment and due date, and we do control, and we do paste special, and we paste the values only. Okay, and just like this, you're going to see this information, days left for you to deliver the order. So this is really going to come in handy for those that render services. If you want to be able to keep up with your customers' orders and their deadlines, you really want to take advantage of this system. Okay, well, if you're delivering on the same dates, you don't even have to put anything for due date. And when you have overdue, that means have you delivered the customer's order or have you not delivered the customer's order? If you have delivered the customer's order and it's still saying overdue, you want to go here and just tap on delivered. Okay, tap on delivered. Yes, so this is how it works. When you tap on delivered, you see that it clears out because there is no days left anymore. You have delivered the customer's item. So that is how this new system works. The next thing you want to do is you want to copy the customer's invoice number and their orders. Okay, so we're just going to do Control C to copy. We're going to do paste special and paste the values only. That's Control Shift P. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Then the next thing we're going to paste is the quantity and discounts, if there are any discounts. So you see how I'm just taking it bit by bit? It's because there are extra columns in this new template. Okay, so we're taking quantity and discounts now. Control C. We go to the new one, quantity and discount. Control Shift V. Exactly, that's for paste special. Another information you need to take note of for this new template is that it does not calculate your net profit for you based off on the revenue you received, but based off on what you've been paid for. So when you have all of this, you want to record what have you been paid for, because it is what you have been paid for that you can even share. So what have you been paid for? And I noticed that there are many people that take orders without getting payments, even a deposit from the customer. So this would also give you a lot of clarity, so you know that you've not gotten any money and you have all that work to do and you have cost of goods to sort out. So you can go ahead and select all the payments method for each customer. If you recorded it in the previous one, you can also copy and paste. So another new feature that is here in this new the Good Steward template is customers' delivery fees are handled a lot better. Okay, so if the customer paid you for delivery, I want you to tick yes. If they did not pay you, and it's not going to be added to your expenses because it's not a business expense, as your customer have paid you for that. But if your customer did not pay you for delivery fee and you actually spent your 7,000 naira to pay for the customer's delivery, when you come to this section, you will see delivery of goods or service 7,000, just to show you that you have spent 7,000 naira for a customer's delivery which you have not received back. Okay, let me show more examples. So let's say the customer in number 6, Patricia, paid for her delivery. Her delivery is, let me say, 15,000 naira. If she paid for her delivery, you tick she paid for her delivery, and you see that it will not be added to delivery of goods or service because this customer actually paid for her delivery. But in a case whereby you have to pay for the delivery, you don't tick, so you see that you have delivery fees of 22,000 naira to pay for. This is to help you keep more account of what is really collecting your money. So the next thing you want to copy, you don't really have to copy any other thing from the previous one when it comes to income. So you want to go to your expenses and you want to copy all your expenses. Okay, Copy all your expenses. Remember, Control C to copy. So you come here and you're going to paste. We're going to do paste special, which is Control Shift V. All the expenses are now pasted. But I want you to know that another update that has been included in the Good Steward template is cost of goods is now automatically there for you. You don't have to constantly come and put cost of goods by yourself. So we're going to be clearing out this cost of goods that we copied, because the cost of goods is already here totally. Okay, that's basically all you need to copy. I told you that this whole process is not going to take too long. I think it's even because I'm teaching, I'm explaining how to use it. That's why we are still on this call. But you doing the copy and pasting process is going to be very, very short for you. Okay, so now you see the total income, total expenses. This is the breakdown of all the expenses, so you don't have to copy any other thing. And here is going to show you how much you have made in net profit. So you can see that the total net profit is 371,500 naira, and this net profit has been shared out. So you can also come and adjust the percentage based on what you want. So if you do not have tax, feel free to put 0% for tax, and you see that we have 15% left. So you can go ahead and say you're going to do 30%. You're going to do 30% as your salary, and you're going to keep 20% for the growth of the business. It's really up to you. Okay, so when it comes to sharing your income, you have to look at your life and see what would work best for you. So you see, this new system makes the profit sharing more educative. That's why I said you have a guide, you're not alone. So if before the end of the month you collect some money, because I have to take account of the business owners who are still growing their business and they cannot even wait until the end of the month. Like, you want to take your money as you are working. So whenever you take any money from your business, you can come here and record. Let me say I take 30,000 naira from my business. I'm going to come here and record it, and it's going to show me that I have 81,450 naira remaining for my salary. So this one belongs to me. Okay, so let me say you invest in something that is going to help grow the business. You can quickly just come and record that you spent 50,000 naira for something that will grow the business, and it will show you that you still have funds remaining for business growth. But in the events whereby, let me say for your tithes, you paid all of your tithes, so you can see, okay, 31,000. Oh, I went overboard. You can see, because I took more than this. I took 317,500 instead of 37,150. It said, whoops, you have exceeded your budget for tithes, please adjust. I'm going right there to adjust. So you see what I'm talking about. This is going to serve as a guide. This is going to serve as a guide. You see, I still have funds for tithes. Don't leave it hanging. I'm just going to put the correct thing right here. So 37,150. Spot on. The tithe is perfectly allocated. Well done. So this new template has just been upgraded to serve you better. I'm really particular about how I serve the people that come my way, and I want to ensure that you have a seamless experience. I want to ensure that you actually have an accountant in a spreadsheet that would make keeping your records so easy for you. I want you to do a good part of the job for you so that you have a lot of clarity on your business. Okay, so let's go to the summary page and see what the summary page is saying. So you see that there are more features that have been added to the summary page. Feel free to replace here with your business name. So here you can set your monthly income goal. So let me say Tola Beauty Empire wants to make 3 million naira monthly in her business. So when you go to the tracker, the monthly part of it, you're going to see how you're progressing with your goal. Can you see this? So this is one extra feature. I told you guys that I really wanted this new one to speak to you. I want you to feel like you have a guide that is trying its possible best to help you achieve your goals, to help you keep clear records, to help you do the right thing, and to help you have peace. You can see that you have made a lot of progress, or Tola has made a lot of progress with her goal. Halfway there, keep pushing. Don't forget to select the currency also. Let me quickly do that. So this is one extra feature that's been added, and when you hit your goal for the month, it's going to get to the end. Let me say if Tola should sell one more item, let me say bouncy week, she sells 2 pieces. And she actually gets paid 1 million naira for this week. Okay, you can see that she has gotten very close to her goal. Yes, that's how this new system works, and it's going to just update everywhere automatically. This new system is to make the process way easier than before. Okay, so you see net profit has increased, Tola has more profits, Tola has more money to spend. So you see that the salary has also increased. So if she has taken 30,000, she knows that she has 177,450 naira remaining. Please let me know if you have any questions. And if you enjoy using this template, you see how it is serving you well, it is giving you clarity, it is making your business easy for you to understand what is going on with your finances, then I would really love for you to give me a review. Even though it is not serving you well and you would like some extra features to make it more customized to your taste, anything you want to let me know, please tap here to leave a review for me. I would really appreciate this review. These are all the different services offered in the Good Steward, so you can just select which one did you enjoy, which is the Good Steward template. Please click on that link to drop a review to help me serve you and other people better. So this is how it works. I wish you all the success, and I hope that you would enjoy the Good Steward template and have a very organized year. Bye.